why don't we do a little bit of business here? Obviously, there's a lot of talk about the meetings with the president and the congressional leaders over the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. Are you going to attend that meeting?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I can't, in good conscience, I can't do it. If anyone listened and paid attention to what the American people said when they voted, they want this place to work. Can you imagine in here, with all the respect of all these people involved, but we have the outgoing president coming up here today to talk to only Democrats, only Democrats. We have the incoming vice president coming up to talk only to Republicans. Joe, that's not what makes this place work, and that's really what's wrong with the place. I just think it's absolutely wrong. We have affordable health care, Obamacare, whatever you want to call it. 172,000 West Virginians have health care for the first time. It's not perfect. We got a lot of repairing to do. But to say you're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater and repeal the whole thing. Here we have the incoming vice president who had Medicaid expansion in Indiana now saying they want to repeal the whole thing. I'm willing to look at replacing, repairing, doing anything that we can to make it better. But put something on the table. And I just can't believe the Republicans will go down this path and just throw it out and say, trust us, in 2 or 3 years, we'll fix it. Joe, I've been here for 6 years. We haven't fixed very many things. And anyone who has trust or belief that we will fix it, they're living in fantasy land.
Hey, Senator Manchin, it's Willie Geist. Good to see you this morning.
Hi, Willie. Hey, Happy New Year to all of you all.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. How do the voters in your state, West Virginia, many of whom voted for Donald Trump, feel about Obamacare? I assume some of the coal miners who live and work there are covered by some aspects of Obamacare. What is their genuine feeling? Do they really want to see it repealed?
Joe, Willie, here's the thing. I really believe this. First of all, Donald Trump won West Virginia by 43%. 43%. Unbelievable, okay? Now, a lot of the people didn't know, and they really still don't know, how they got health care, called Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. But I'll assure you one thing, they'll know who did it and got rid of it.
Right, exactly.
They'll know that.
Yeah.
They might not know how they got it, they'll know how they got rid of it.
That's not as complicated, is it?
Not too complicated back home.
To figure that out.
So are you trying, Senator, to communicate that to them that, hey, you may not want to see this thing repealed as much as you like Donald Trump and the things he said on the campaign trail about getting rid of it? You may want to keep it around?
Willie, I just tell this. I mean, the thing I tell all of them is that, you know, if you had pre-existing condition, your wife had breast cancer, you had a heart condition, you couldn't buy insurance before. The old system we had, you were one illness away from bankruptcy. One illness away from bankruptcy. You had caps on, well, I'm sorry, you've used all your money up because you're too sick, you just have to die. That's not who we are as Americans. Now, with that being said, I wasn't there in 2009. I didn't vote for this. I would have liked to see a lot of changes. I think it has to be market-driven. I think there has to be more products out there to offer. You can't force someone to buy a product they don't want and then fine them if they don't buy it. That's not going to work, and it hasn't worked. So ready to sit down in a concrete way and say, okay, Democrats and Republicans, let's be Americans. How do we fix this to make sure the most vulnerable Americans have some sort of health care that's affordable and we can afford to offer it? With that being said, there shouldn't be winners and losers. There shouldn't be a person that has a small business that's paying higher deductibles and higher premiums because they're subsidizing somebody else. Nobody wants to have that concrete talk. They voted over 50 times. Throw it out. Throw it out. Well, okay, you got a chance to throw it out. You probably will get the votes to throw it out. You won't get my vote. I am not voting to repeal it unless I see something that I think will improve it or make it better.
All right, Senator Joe Manchin, thank you so much. We always love talking to you. Come back really soon.
I will, Joe. Let's go. Hey, go Bama, baby.
Go Bama, baby. All right, thank you so much.